What is what's up? Can a player just keep in touch? Now, today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're stepping into the film room with Coach Sale. We're going to break down Devontae Friga versus Nasir Core, the tendencies of the two players, the weaknesses and their strengths, and who I think will have the upper hand going into February 1st on TNC 1. It's going to be epic. Starting off here, I want to go through the ISO versus Devontae Friga scenario. I mean, not scenario, but this little string of plays here. We're going to watch and break it down. So what I'm watching for here is for Devontae Friga. This is his defensive tendencies in which I think Nasir Core can exploit. So if you watch, look at Devontae's feet. Look at Devontae's feet. He's moving his feet, he's moving his feet a lot, which is usually a good thing. But he's moving them so much to where he's kind of like playing hot feet, you know what I'm saying? Instead of having a low centered base, because when you're playing hot feet, right, and your feet aren't really grounded per slide, Nas can eat that up because he's so physical. Then even on this next possession right here, and this is throwing me back. This is throwback right here. Shout out to Mike Bees and Mario Chalmers, man. If you know, you know. Oops. So even though Isote missed this, right? And let me put a disclaimer. I know this is months and months and months ago, okay? But sometimes defensive tendencies remain with the person, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now. Sometimes you just kind of fall back to what you're comfortable with and used to, right? So if you watch Devontae Friga here, Nas is going to be more physical than Isote. Isote is really good with that flow dribble, right? So Isote gets out the frame. He attacks downhill. Devontae Friga's feet are he's very hot feet right now, right? And he's literally doing something that Nasir Core would do. A pump fake, and Friga has to stay on his feet. Especially against Nas, because Nas is not going to do no step through finger roll. He's going to step through and try to get to the actual cup and finish with a layup, not an underhand step scoop, right? That's what saved Friga right there.
Time out.
Now, let me fast forward through this timeout. Now we're going to go through Devontae Friga's offensive possessions here, where he strings off a lot of crazy buckets, in which I do think Nasir Core will have a little bit trouble with, because you can't guard tough shot making at times, you know what I'm saying? It's just hard to guard. So let's get to these scenes real quick. Here we go. Oops. All right, so he's down 29-20. Now, Tay is playing on his defense. Nas is going to be a little bit more up into his chest, like that. And he's a little stronger than ISO Tay, okay? But what Friga does really well here is this. Watch this right here. Side step. We all know it's coming, but you just don't know when it is. And I said that the basketball's the only sport where you can know exactly what your defender's going to do, but sometimes you just can't stop it, or you don't know when it's going to come. Even if you do know when it's going to come, it's still hard to stop it, because it looks different in real time than when you watch film, okay? So let's go ahead and watch this back real quick. The side step is going to be, I think the side step is going to be his most effective shot, unless Nas takes it away, which will then set up the hesitation move for Friga. Bro, I really missed this season. Shout out to PrizePicks sponsor for today's video. Place you 100 times your money this NBA season. Now, if you missed my last, you lost out on some free bread. But if you followed, congrats to you. Let's do it again tonight. Starting off with my 2-man lineup, we got John Collins more than 22 points, rebounds, and assists. He hasn't played since January 4th, but I do expect him to have some regular production tonight. On the second half of this lineup, we're going SGA more than 25.5 points. I like this a lot because he's on MVP watch. This is my lineup on screen right here. I'm putting $20 down to win 45. Not to follow, all you gotta do is click the link in the description below. Use my promo code SALE, and once you use my promo code SALE, PrizePicks will give you $50 free once you place a $5 lineup. Bro, I really miss this freaking season, dude. Like, oh man, it's giving me nostalgia right now. Side step. Side step. Now, what I do think Nas is going to do a good job at, he's going to adjust and clean that space up. So this float, this is going to be a hand in his chest right there. Now, how Friga's going to respond to that, we have yet to see. But from what we've seen, it's easier said than done. That's so tough, Friga. That is so tough.
Don't settle.
Same thing 4 straight times. Well, I mean, first of all, it was an out tween step back, but the same thing 3 straight times, right? Now, if you're watching that, trying to watch film, you're like, damn, okay, I can read that. But now Friga has added so much to his bag to where if you're eating that space on that side step, now the hezzy might be there where I'm driving downhill. He's added to the bag, bro. Now let's go ahead and watch this defensive possession right here where I do think Nazir Kaur will be successful if Friga guards him this way. So watch how Friga guards him on this possession right here. Run it back for you guys. He misses. But one thing you got to notice here is this. Look at Devontae Friga and how he's guarding. He's opening the gate. Nas is way bigger, way stronger than this opponent right here. So the moment Nas drives downhill and Devontae Friga opens the gate like that, Nas is going to put that shoulder right into his chest, and Friga's not going to be able to do nothing about it. So Friga is going to have to make the adjustment of guarding him at an angle like he is. Like how he started is how he has to guard him. And the moment Nas attacks right here, he's going to have to run and try to beat him to a spot to absorb contact, or he's going to have to try to really give him one bump while trying to get in front. He can't just automatically open and try to shove him out the paint because Nas is too strong for that. Then offensively here in front of Nas, this play was so crazy. This is kind of how Nas guards, though, to a smaller extent, right? Hand on the shoulder, Devontae Friga, double shimmy, baseline. Now, Nas is a little bit strong. He might get him there, but one thing Friga is really good at is his off-arm movement, and he's pretty strong, too. Friga's not no slouch. So I think that's the one thing that if you give Friga, like, you're not going to hit the step back, Friga can still get downhill. I think that's where Nas has to figure out what adjustment he wants to make and when he wants to make it.
Game.
Tough. Now let's move on to this defensive possession right here with Nas. What I want to show you guys with how he guards Friga, or how he's going to guard Friga, is going to really determine how the game goes. So look, Rob had him off balance a little bit, and something that Friga likes to do here is that side step. Pound side step, right? But the pound side step would be damn near at the 3-point line. So let's say if Friga happens, I don't think Friga's ever going to start the half court, right? But let's say he's going, hips. As soon as his hips turn, boom, that's when Friga likes to what's the word I'm talking about? Capitalize on that side step. But even so, Friga can still get downhill and hit that layup, which is why I don't know why Rob didn't do that here. But then Nas does a good job at recovering and buttoning up, right? Bro, Rob on OTD is like, bro, they treat that nigga like he's the man, like a gremlin. They like, yeah, no, don't give him no calls. Now, offensively, this is what I think Friga is going to have trouble with. Remember how I said Friga opens that gate? Look at Pishan. Kind of the same thing. Nas going to get right into that chest, and you're not going to be able to do nothing about it. You have to hope he misses. Like, you literally have to hope he misses. Look how strong he is, huh? Shoulder, chest, cut you off. He just missed. So how Friga can combat that, right? I really feel like I'm freaking coaching right now. This is crazy. So foul for sure. So how this is gonna work, or attempt to be successful, is Friga's gonna have to play him close, but he has to anticipate. As soon as he drives, you can't step down. You gotta damn near step out and try to fight the arm battle. You gotta try to get that right arm inside of his left arm. See how Pishan's right arm is outside of his left? Because once you have that, now I have the leverage. But if you can anticipate the swipe and get your right arm inside of his left arm, now you can use him as leverage to get back in front, because you can push off him to get back in front. But once you're behind him on the side of him, it's going to be really tough. That's going to be a very detailed, minuscule thing that Friga's going to have to pay attention to, because Nas is really good at the offhand swipe going downhill, and he's freaking strong. Now, let's go to Nazir Kaur's 1 month ago. It's kind of a recent 1v1 here, guarding a 6'6" guy. Watch how Nas kind of guards here. I think he made an adjustment throughout the game, but watch this defensive possession right here. I really actually like this defensive possession from Nas. So look, this is how Nas is going to guard all game. He doesn't really give space when he guards. So that side step for Friga may or may not be there, depending on how fast Nas can react. But the hezzy downhill might be there if he bites on the side step, because he's so close. eating space. And see how Nas doesn't turn his hips. Nas runs, beats for the spot, keeps him in front of his chest, squares his chest, keeps him in front, buttons up. They called a foul, but some refs may not call that foul. Let's go through this possession right here. This is kind of how Friga's going to guard. That's why I watch this matchup. I think Friga's going to kind of guard like this later on in the game because they're both going to get a little bit fatigued. Later on in the game is really matters. That's when them deep waters start becoming treacherous, as they like to say. Under the hand. Open the gate. Nas is too strong to open the gate against. Can't have it. He's too strong. Too strong. Too strong. Hot feet, no base, goes right into him. Similar to what Friga does on defense. That's what's gonna be so hard to stop right there, bro. That boy Nas is special, bro. One more possession here. Tough. So now that he's got downhill a few times, the adjustment is, okay, we're gonna try to force him to a contested shot, but Nas can also shoot the ball. He may have a day where he's like, when he played at the TNC the last time, he had an off day. Still figured out a way to win. But against Friga, you cannot have an off day because Friga shoots and makes so many threes. You can't just go 1 for 11 or 1 for 10 from 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make them threes count. You can't just beat Friga with all twos. It's going to be really hard to do, beating Friga with all twos because he shoots so many threes. No contest. Try to do his he tried to guard him like a small guard would. Like, that's how a small guard does it. Do you work early? He's 6'6", contest high. But like I said, a little bit like when that fatigue kicks in, you know what I'm saying? Everything just becomes, oh, damn, I forgot what my name is. Like, everybody forgets. That's just part of the game. But I'm going to say my last piece on this matchup. I'm really excited for Friga versus Nas, bro, February 1st. Let me go ahead and go to the screen real quick while I talk about it, man. TNCleague.com. Cop a ticket if you haven't, bro. I've copped literally 2 tickets, and I'm going to be there. All you got to do is click this buy button here, enter your email to create an account if you don't have one, and that's your account that you're going to use to watch the game, and it's only $20 right there. You get to see all these matchups, including a fan-voted one. But I'm going to talk about Nas and Friga primarily here for the last few seconds. The thing Friga does really well is tough shot making. That's the thing that Nas is going to have trouble with because you can guard and be chest to chest, button up, high five, a tough shot maker. But sometimes, bro, better offense, dude. Those are the hardest people to guard, right? Now, on the flip side, Nas is so dominant. He's so strong. Friga cannot open the gate defensively. I think it's going to be really hard for one another to guard each other. I think it's going to be who can establish a run early and who can sustain the other person's run by not giving them 3, 4, 5 straight buckets. Like, if they can limit the other person to 1 to 2 buckets per possession in the miss, and then they capitalize and they go on like a 2-3 run ever so often, that's gonna be the person to win. You gotta maximize your spurts and minimize theirs. I do think Nas has the edge. He's the favorite. I mean, he's absolutely the favorite. He's just a dominant force downhill. But like I said though, when you're driving downhill consecutively, and then say he's not making shots, and he say he's trying to drive down here and force it, and he say he's missing, he's not getting foul calls, Friga's hitting threes. You know what I mean? That game can get tiring quick. And like I said, Friga's shot-making ability from 3 is what's going to have to make Nas guard even more. But on the flip side, when Nas is attacking downhill and putting pressure on Friga, even in the mid-range, you know what I'm saying, when he's so physical, it's going to wear down on Devontae Friga for the longevity of the game. So this matchup right here is going to be a high-class chess matchup, man. We're going to see who the better chess player is. And I'm excited to witness it. I'm super excited to witness it. February 1st, please copy tickets if you haven't, man. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. You guys have the power to change all 8 of these guys on the screen, all their lives. You have the power to change their lives by clicking that button and purchasing a ticket to witness history on February 1st. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, man. Let me know if you guys want me to do more film breakdowns. I could do Rob versus Scoob next. I could do Nesco versus Moon. I could do Cam versus Mike. Whatever you guys would like, you let me know. This is my first trial trying this, so if you guys like it, dope. I'll drop some more for you guys. Without further ado,